So guess what, guys? I've got my gimbal thing. So you're going to get used to me going up and down. I'll just level this off. That's better. So today it's Saturday. It's the weekend's arrived. It's the 16th of September. Temperatures today are 29. And going back to my last Sunday's weather report thing, it did say it was 29, and it did say it's going to be cloudy, which, to be quite honest, is spot on. What it didn't say, obviously, last night we had another amazing Thomas, top man, first one in, so you get the top man. Everybody else, obviously, top people, but Thomas has made it first in. Well done, guys. And just in case, because I've had a few people say, "Oh, Sean, we missed you. We didn't get notified." Guys, you have to ring the bell on YouTube. If you don't ring the bell, you don't get notified. But I've noticed sometimes with YouTube, every couple of months, you might have to re-tap the bell or the notification thing, and you should get notified. I mean, I'll be honest, YouTube has been a bit playing up lately. I don't know if they've got such a huge influx. I've got another channel that I run, and I noticed on the channel itself, it's not showing things as it should. So it sounds like YouTube's had a few technical problems. But anyway, just in case those of you that keep missing the live stream. Now today it's going to be a long one, not too long, but it's going to be a long one because I've got a good something to chat about. And what we're going to be talking today, this is from Paul. Now Paul asked, people like myself who like doing hobbies that I like, are there clubs? What he's on about is in the area, not just on Camposol, guys, because some of the clubs and groups do cover a wider area. I mean, there's walking groups up North Mercia, because we get a lot of people, obviously on the Facebook groups. It's sort of all round Camposol, and they're saying, well, we don't get, we live in Bullis, we don't seem to get nothing. But guys, the only reason you're not getting nothing is because nobody's posting anything from those areas, and that's why you probably don't get much information. Facebook's all about information or sharing, what people are searching for. And if people don't put anything up in that area, then it ain't going to happen. Obviously, with you, Camposol, there's a lot more. And what I am going to do, I'm just going to clean my glasses a minute, because I don't know what it is. Been out in the garden this morning and this afternoon, because it's 2 o'clock here in sunny Spain, even though it's not that sunny. I'm hoping the mozzies are not going to be attacking me, because we had yesterday last evening, we had a big downpour. Last night we had another amazing lightning storm. There was a bit of rumbling in some parts of it. Most of it was pretty quiet. Looked like it was all over the place. Looked like Toltana had an amazing lightning show over at Mercia. Because what it was, I was out last night. If I remember, I told you guys I was out with the, let's get this right, because I always get this group wrong as well. See, this is another group, Paul. And it's the Camposol Free Community Sports Group. And they held a street party last night. Obviously, it's mainly to build up the funds. And I'm sure last night they made over €800, which is amazing, really. And you got to, because I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on. And also, because I do go back through, I can't, when this video finishes, for some reason YouTube will not show me the chat until the next day. So I'm always a day behind on the chat, and I noticed yesterday, because I noticed on Facebook anyway, I think Sector D was out without water for quite a while. Anyway, from what I heard now, the water is back on. It does happen. We was all fine over here. We had no problems with water, and I think A, B, and C, maybe C had a problem, I don't know, but I know D had a major problem, and it was off for quite a while. But as far as I know, it's all back on now. The water's back on. It's just one of those things that happens, and it's not just Camposol. It's I've heard the country clubs have been having problems as well. They've been even thinking about setting up their own group, because they're fed up with the water board, which is God, Can't even think of the name now. Begins with an A. Anyway, I mean, to me, when we get a water leak here, I mean, on A, they seem to be straight out on it. As soon as it's reported, they're out. And it's weekends as well, and they're out sorting it. But for some reason over on D, there's obviously something major, and it wasn't sorted for quite a while. But anyway, that's back on. What else I got? Yeah, John still keeps asking about the solar panels. John, never going to happen, mate. Because they're not even interested in me making a video for them. Maybe it's because they earn too much money. I don't know. And I've asked people. I think I did get contacted by somebody a while back about Sean, come round, look at my solar panels. But I couldn't find the message anymore. So, putting it out there again, guys, if you're running a solar energy company, I'd love to make it, because there's loads of people interested, but obviously, what is it? What's the big problem? I mean, loads of ads on Facebook. God, there's so many adverts about free electricity. It's the way forward. But when I try to inquire, I'm inquiring, not just for myself, because I'm interested, and the banks try to flog it to me. I thought it was a bit expensive through the bank, but the banks try to flog it to me, and I've inquired a couple of companies. Yeah, they're all interested, and as soon as I say, look, can I make a video for other people to know? Shut doors. So, John, never going to happen, mate. But you never know. Maybe it will one day. Oh yeah, another thing I've got to shout out for, because I bought a new gimbal, not forgetting the coffee fund, obviously, and I also had a mic turn up yesterday, so I want to go out a little bit more broadcasting if I can, even though it seems people are more interested in what I'm doing now than me going out exploring, but that's the way it is, I suppose. One other thing I've got to do is subscribers. Now, I've only got 18 at the moment, so no doubt maybe it's football day. I've only got 7 likes. Come on, it's more than 7 likes. But YouTube, I watched a couple of these how to improve YouTube, and they say what you've got to do is remind people that if you're watching it and you like it, subscribe to it. Don't just watch it and then come back. I do get a lot of people that have been watching my videos, especially if they're moving out to Spain. And as soon as they moved out, that's it. They moved on to something else. No doubt something better, no doubt. Anyway, going back to Paul's question today, which is people like myself who like doing hobbies that I like, are there clubs? And yeah, do you know what, Paul? There's loads. I'm just going to spurt off a couple here. The Costa Calida Cruisers. Now, that's like a motorbike group, and they meet up once a week. Sometimes they used to meet up across the road here on a Thursday. But check them out. All you got to do is put in the Costa Calida Cruisers. It's a motorbike group. Some of them have got big, and we're talking about Harley Davidson's big bikes, But I no doubt there are smaller bikes. And then for those who've got bicycles, you've got young Steve. He does let's get this right, the Exploring Mercia and Beyond by e-bike. He's got his group. Now, he also runs a group with as I mentioned before, and this was the Camposol Free Community Sports. Now, that's a very good group. You haven't got to be a member, as far as I know, you haven't got to be living on Camposol. You can just join it. And what they do, Steve organises the once a month bike rides. They do boarding, where they go on I call it a surfboard, and they go out, I think they call it paddling or something like that, don't they? And it doesn't cost you nothing, guys. It's what's called the free thing. And they do, I think on Mondays, they do the walking football. They do the Patang, it's like that bowls thing. There's quite a few Patang pitches around Camposol. There's a few on D, some nice ones on D. There's a few on Camposol A. I presume, I would imagine they're on all the sectors, so worth checking those out. Right, so we got the Costa Calida Cruisers. I've mentioned the Camposol Free Community Sports. We've got the Camposol Golf Association. Now, I I'm not into golf, so I don't. So anybody that's part of the golf association, please put up in the comments. Tell me a bit more about it. As far as I know, I think it's a group of people, and they don't just play golf on Camposol. They go around the Mercia region, and they probably go even on beyond. And also, they raise money for charity. There's another one I got here. I don't know much about it, called the Ladies Chatterbox. Do you think that's something about that ladies get together and they chatter? I don't know what it's about, but that's another group for the ladies. I mean, the ladies obviously is the same for, you know, for the Costa Cleaders. It's men and women. We've got the Camposol Country and Western Dancing Group. We've got the Camposol Explorers, which I run. I've just started up again. Now my hip's sorted. In October, I'll be back out again. I do it every beginning of the month. We just go out locally. Sometimes we go over the border for an hour or so driving. It's more of a driving video. It's more of going out exploring in cars. There obviously is walking involved, but I try to keep the walking minimal. And it's usually places local in the area. So I run that group, so don't forget that, Camposol Explorers. And then I've noticed, looking through the magazines, now when you come, if you live here or you're coming here, one of them's this one, very good, and it's free, you get it monthly. And this one covers such a huge area anyway. And another one that I'm in, because I do a write-up once a month, and that's the Costa, let's get this right, the Chronicle. I thought it used to be called the Costa Cleader Chronicle. I think it is. Yes, it is. That's why it's. But in here, I think it's really good. I'm just gonna show you some of it. They do like a whole month, day-to-day thing on what's going on. So you could never, guys, get bored. Now, obviously, in here you got things about golf, football. You got Los Bandos. I don't know what they are. That's what I mean. There's so much you could do. You got the Los Amigos football. There's in Mazaron. There's a proper football matches going on during the week. A lot of the locals here do support it, and obviously raise a lot of money. You got tennis. You got the golf. So it's not just mentioned. I'm just trying to find the old. I mean, there's loads that, you know. I mentioned about the Ladies Chatterbox, and above that the Country and Western. So you got that. We've got the Rockin' Vicar for those people into the religious stuff. What else we got? Oh, here it is. Here it is. So what's on? And this is virtually for the whole month. Sorry about the wind, guys. One thing I didn't sort out was the mic, so you're gonna have to put up with the wind on it. So you got every day the Mercia Ice Rink. I don't know where that is, but this is something that obviously once you get here, with people that are here, you're gonna have to check out yourself. Go on the old Google search, check it out. So you've got the Mercia Ice Rink. We got every Monday. We got the market at Rodan. We got the Camposol Free Community Sports Walking Football Training. We got reconstructive yoga for the summer. Then we got more football. We got yoga. We got the Forget Me Not Respite. We got Andre's Animal Rescue Collection. Tuesdays we've got the markets, Alhama, the Union, Los Alcatraz, Bullis, Jahumila. I just could go on for yonks, couldn't I? But if you get the Chronicle, you get like a month to, well, not a month to month, everyday thing what's going on here. And you could be, if you want to be a part of the choir, you can do singing. Now, another thing I didn't bring out, which I had done, I saw a guy the other day, the other Monday, called John. Now, John contacted me because he said, if you didn't know, mainly on B, you got the, I'll call it Rubies. Well, I call it a coffee cafe, but I suppose it's a cafe restaurant, isn't it? God, there's three places. The diner is another one. I can't think of the other place in my head at the moment, so I didn't write it down. And they do, like, they call it a jam night, and that's where people get up and play music. And I couldn't believe the amount of people that do that, you know, that play music. They get up and they bring their electric organ or their guitar, or they might even be just singing. And then sometimes I believe, I mean, I've never been to them, and sometimes I believe they all join in and have a bit of a jive. And guys, are all free. It doesn't. Obviously, you can buy a drink or something, but it's not going to cost you nothing. But you can also, it's a hobby, and that's what John was telling me, that there's the amount of people, and some are old, like the Bay City Rollers. There's a guy that I think he's still here, and there's some other groups, 60s groups, obviously because of their age, and they're still here, and they come up, and I think some of them have joined bands and whatever. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Just trying to think if I missed anything out. I got, oh yeah, like I said, model trains. Some people, I know it's in the Costa, you know, in the Murcia region. People got model trains, and what they do each month, they get together and they go around to somebody's house and they show them their train layout. And it's the same with, I know, with model boats. A lot of people do these model boat sailing down at La Manga Way. Obviously, loads of walking groups. All you got to do is go on Facebook, put in there walking, whatever you want to do, hiking, mountaineering. If you want to do that, and like I said, you got bowls, you got batang, you got tennis, you got yoga. There's a lot of, obviously during the summer months, a lot of yoga going on. I mean, I know when I used to go down to the port on the beach there, I think the tourism board, they put on they used to. I mean, I don't go down there a lot in the summer because it's just too busy for me. But I know on the beach they get everybody to get up and they do the you know, the dancing stuff. And I know down at Mariano's, I know on the tennis courts there, they do this. I call it a workout myself, like a gymnasium thing, and mainly for the ladies. But I've seen some blokes there doing it as well. I think they call it jumper. I got 20. Oh wow! I got 22 in the house, and I got 21 likes. I think fantastic. So obviously talking about it works then. So Paul, and not only that, you can start up your own group. I mean, if you when I first got here, there was a photography group. Now I think that photography group has finished, unless I'm wrong, because I joined it, and after a couple of years, I was so busy with my videos that I pulled away from it. But as far as I know, it's not there anymore. So you want to start up a photography group, please do. Now, I know there are Spanish photography groups. They are big here in Spain, and I've seen them out when I go to the mines. A lot of the kids and that join these groups. But I also believe, and I don't take the word for it, but the community centre on B, I think if you set up a group and you've got enough people, the council, you have to apply to the council obviously, you can hold, they won't charge you for it. I mean, you obviously can charge people for it, but as far as I know, it's free. But getting on the list might be a little bit more difficult. I think they want to make sure, you know, to make it worthwhile, because they've got supply aircon and fans and whatever, and lighting obviously as well. But as far as I know, that was still free. So, be interested to know if that's is that old hat now. But you know, when I first arrived there, because our photography group used to be held over at the golf club, one of the rooms there. We used to meet in there, but there was only a small, I think it's about 8 of us in, you know, it wasn't a great lot. So it's a fly. So tomorrow it's the 10-day weather report. Now I think 10-day weather report is going to be the last tomorrow, because I think the drop in temperature is starting to happen now. We did notice last night when we was out on the street party, it was getting a little bit cold. It's just not good when we hadn't had the fans on in the evenings as well. So obviously the temperature's starting to drop. I don't think it's completely dropped yet, but it's getting there. So anyway, just to go back on today's temperature, which is 29 in the shade, it feels, I think there's a lot of humidity today. I think it's up to 60%. So it feels a lot still quite sticky. but very cloudy today. Yeah, so I think that's it today, guys. Thank you much for popping in on a Saturday afternoon. Anyway, as always, adios amigos. Have a fantastic weekend. What's left of it, it's fine. Jazz is saying tatty bye. He's a top man. Anyway, adios amigos. Catch you tomorrow.